Good morning in Zimbabwe at Harare. It's a pretty nice city. Getting set up down below there. There's the market. So we're going to just take about an hour mini tour of the city and head out to the airport again and fly to Victoria Falls, which is about maybe an hour's flight. So here's some of those fruits and vegetables. You saw those are flowers.
Yeah, these are the... Sorry? Yes, that's fine. So these are some of the flowers, we do export them. With this smoke, quite a lot of them they do smoke. But because you know, it's like most of them, they are now tending to smoke dagga as a substitute of alcohol, because
source of income
since they can't afford to buy the beer.
Want to see some tobacco? Lots of tobacco. There's a lot of tobacco. Let's see if we can zero in on one of these bags here. Shops.
Can you see that?
Hardware stores.
Yeah.
Hardware store, somebody said.
Can you see they are just making feints?
Making furniture. Alright, well we've landed at Victoria Falls.
Side of the road is the Zimbabwean tick, formerly known as the Rhodesian
This is
tick.
our group. So we are now pulling into the Victoria Falls Hotel.
Right. Well, no.
This looks pretty nice.
So many people like to do the
Elephants, yeah.
No, when we're checking in, you put that. Now, the hotel was built not only because of its access to the falls, but the railway line is just there. And of course, in the old days, people used to get off the train and come here. Very famous.
How old is the building?
It's only about 10 years old. It's incredibly concrete.
Is the golf course free?
We're now getting to check in. And this is our room here. We're on the second floor. And looks pretty nice. There's Susan there checking things out. We got double beds with the mosquitoes. Yeah, there's a nice couch here with some photos from the early times. Quite nice. Another view of we were walking through the hotel here. This is a little sitting room, library. So there's the falls over there. Hotel is very nice. There's the pool. So after about a 40-minute ride through the, I wouldn't call it jungle, but through sort of wooded land, dry, we're at this camp. We're going to go on an elephant safari. So here are some elephants. Coming around so that we can board up.
We just arrived in Victoria Falls, but we were in Kenya and Tanzania.
Okay, well we're off on our little elephant safari with Samuel and Mana. Some river here, crossing this dam pretty soon. Oh. Okay. We made it back safe and sound. Little baby one they got here is an orphan. He's still only 4 months old or something, 6 months old. To make a fast getaway now to get back to Victoria Falls Hotel to see the dance show. Have a little buffet here. Here's Hazel. Yes, you are? What kind of crepes are you making here? Fruit crepe Suzette. Okay. Looks good.
Mixed berries, apricot, pear.
Mixed berries, apricot, and pear.
But now what I'm doing that is
It's gonna flame up, isn't it?
when I add the Grand Marnier to bring a good flame.
Okay. Oh yes, I think we see a flame here.
Yeah. That is good. So now I add a little bit of
There's a statue of the famous Dr. Livingston, I presume. And as we turn around, there is Victoria Falls. Don't know if we'll be able to see it, but yeah, I think we can. There's a nice little rainbow. Now here's a much better view of one of the falls. Just pan over. A lot of mist. This is the main falls, and they say that during the months of like September, October, there's absolutely no water coming over the falls. So beginning here in July is when it begins to slow down because there's no rain. We made it up to the main falls. It's about 108 meters or 300 some feet to the bottom. So we're looking at a topographical map. This is the Zambezi River. Up on the north is the country of Zambia as you cross the river. So the river goes, and unlike Niagara Falls, which this just falls like into a big crevice. And then the river is very small and travels wherever it goes in the Indian Ocean or someplace. After about a 2-hour flight, we have arrived in Johannesburg, South Africa. And it's like entering civilization again. A lot of cars, and people, and traffic. So we're actually going to stay about, I think about 14 miles outside of the city in one of the suburbs, because downtown Johannesburg is not very safe. He calls it crime and grime and urban decay. Michelangelo Hotel.
As I mentioned earlier, the shopping mall and Sandton Square.
Well, we're checking in. So here's a view of the center. And go into our room here. This is quite nice. So we have a desk in the bedroom. Then you have to take a couple steps down to like a sitting area. So then, as we go out, there's a big shopping center. He says this is Market Square. So this is supposedly the best shopping center in all of Africa. And we're off on a jaunt. We picked up 2 new people, so there's a total of 8 of us.
We work together often and happily together. Very quickly,
See on the
3
hill,
or so years ago, it was about 3 years ago when
these are some
people
of the shacks. They're
moved
trying to
into
replace
this
them with
area,
what's on
built
that
the
hill.
shacks. You'll see their little chemical toilets at the end of it.
Entering the city of Pretoria. Up on the hill is the Parliament building. A lot of
In the old days, it
a lot of
was
activity
not permitted
going
to
on
sell
here.
foodstuffs in the street like this from the health department
the
point of
street.
view. The other vendors, street trading was in fact if he had people on state visits to come and stay with him.
Too shabby of a place.
Thabo Mbeki, his successor, is seldom in the country, and when he is, he moves around an awful lot. This is a private house on the left here.
Oh, this is private. So this is some sort of monument. I'm gonna try and get up there a little bit. They were called the Voortrekkers, and they were like the early pioneers. And they had, wagons. And if you look, I'm looking in a circle, and there are 64 wagons. And so this is a monument to the pioneers. It's Sunday morning. We're in our hotel and had breakfast. We're gonna go see the Lipids on Stallions someplace and take a tour of the city and whatever. But first we're gonna do a little shopping. There's a huge shopping mall with 480 stores, 22 theaters, 17 or 20 or 30 restaurants. Now we are inside the mall. Pretty nice stores. I have some pretty nifty stores. Get your safari stuff. We're going to see
Then
where
by
that
this
have
afternoon,
was.
you'll see the contrast.
Then we'll see the have-nots. I don't know if we can see back there, but there's one of these private residences.
Staircase.
Area on a space of about 3 acres. And most of them,
Everything
in
is
fact, I'm
protected
sure all of
by
them have their own tennis courts,
Gates
swimming
and
pools,
security guards.
etc. And we don't know what he does for a living, but whatever he does, he obviously does it very well. And And the property started with one main house, and it has expanded, as you see here. Probably what's happened is he's built other houses on the huge property for members of his family. So it's one big family estate. Right, practically.
This before the
In
end of
Johannesburg and South
apartheid, this was
Africa.
a sort of a
And the
upscale
police
white
seem
area,
unable
no blacks were allowed.
To crack this drug problem,
Now
which
it's a
we know
black
operates
drug
in
zone.
various establishments here in Hillbrow.
In the area
Soweto
to
is 3
present
million people.
our memorandum. So when we arrive at
These
that
are
spot,
two-family
we find the
houses, and there
security
may be
forces
10, 15
blockading
people
the
in
entrance to
each
couldn't
family.
pass. The only announcement which was made at the time was the gathering is illegal.
Soweto
We
was
were given
established
5
as a labor
minutes to
pool
disperse.
for the
So
whites.
they did not mean 5
So they
minutes, they
couldn't live in
meant
Johannesburg.
5
They had
seconds.
to
So
live
they
here and
started
commute
counting
daily,
from 1
and they
up
needed,
until
they were
5, and
required
that's
to have
when they
a
started
pass to come
shooting.
into the city.
In this country that we have a problem of unemployment
We're
in
coming, I
Soweto.
think, to the
As I said, we've got
restaurant.
40% unemployment rate. You find that some of us tend to utilize the land
So
or the
Soweto
house that we are
occupies
living in
about 25
as a source
square
of
miles,
income.
which is
So
much,
where
much
we are
larger
going,
than
we
I
are
thought.
going into a shebeen. A shebeen by definition used to be an illegal drinking pub, but lately shebeens have been legalized.
The Wandy's place.
College of New Jersey.
We have some carrots, salad. We have here. So all these little pots with goodies in it. So here is the kitchen where they're cooking all this good stuff. Squatters
So as I said, this
set up in
correction started shortly
big
after Mandela was released from jail. It's called Mandela
ones we were at the
Village.
museum.
People wanted to show the government that they desperately need houses. So that's why this used to be a library. Shortly after students were killed in 1976, government building as well as white business in Soweto
like to live
was
in there.
attacked. So this structure, the library, fell victim. People invaded the land. Families are staying in
About
this
2,000
open land.
families that live in this section.
I think I'm gonna go 17.
Now Monday morning, we arrived at the train station. We're waiting for the train. A little champagne and orange juice. Say hi.
In the morning.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. So, there goes Susan. Okay, so here's our little compartment. Buy a little fresh fruit. Lawrence, our butler, he is showing Susan how to operate things in the bathroom. Okay.
As you go to my right hand side, the observation of the real Ross saloon at the back.
Okay.
Observation. And as you
So
move
we are leaving.
to the front end.
Okay, so this will be a place to hang out here.
Yeah.
I have a little champagne. So everybody's sitting in the observation car here. Now this is the dining car. This is my second trip into the dining car because he told me before I couldn't take pictures because it wasn't truly set up. But you can see it's pretty fancy here. Even the chairs have Blue Train emblem on them. So we have deboarded and we are in Kimberley, where There's a huge diamond mine that we'll go to visit. All right, we're on this streetcar or whatever it's called, electrical car. So we're right up here with our handsome driver. We are off to see the big hole. We're taking this little trolley someplace. The big hole is on the left. So, see the mines, where the mine shaft will be here. So, yeah, then you use that. So, Susan is here and Kimberly trying to find some diamonds. Somebody's bucket will have something in it, and if you're good, you'll get a diamond even. Well, it's Tuesday morning, so we're still on the blue train, getting near to Cape Town. So there we are. Well, we have arrived at Cape Town. We're heading to our hotel. Thank you. So here we are at the Mount Nelson, oldest hotel, I think, in the Cape. Check-in ceremony here. All right, let's see what we have here. So, a lot of pictures. A little restroom. Nice little bedroom. Now we made it down to the waterfront. Street singers. Here's a little bit different concept in restaurant. Here you can just sit at the bar here and the food goes around and you just take whatever you want. I see some shrimp and some cakes and some sandwiches. Well, it's time for high tea. So Susan and Doris are going to have a little tea. They might have some of that. They might have some of this. And some of this. Or some sort of chocolate thing. Or
More chocolate.
now we just ate dinner, or just ate lunch a little bit ago, but Susan didn't have that much. So it's Wednesday morning,
more expensive it gets.
we're driving along the Atlantic Ocean, and pretty soon we'll meet the point where the
Also, as you
Indian
can
Ocean
see on the right-hand
and the
side, a very
Atlantic
nice,
meet,
safe
which will be the
3
Point
kilometre
of Good Hope.
promenade.
Cape of Good Hope. Now we're at the penguin place where these penguins naturally come up out of the ocean. These are called African penguins. What else would you expect? Come in out of the water. That is the actual Cape. Good Hope.
See that big
Bouncy.
That's new.
We're waiting for a tram or funicular to go up to the top of the lighthouse. They have a real problem with these guys because he went down there and there's some tables and he went and stole somebody's chips. They're really brazen. So we're going to go up. So that is the Cape of Good Hope, where the Atlantic Ocean to the right meets the Indian Ocean to the left. And we're going to go visit this Charbonnet winery. And Carol from our group met the owner last night and he invited us. In addition to wine, they make a variety of schnapps and different kinds of drinks. Spring here, so they have some daffodils in bloom. Now it's near lunchtime and we stopped at what's called a Speer winery. And there's a restaurant right there in that building where we're going to have a traditional South African buffet with traditional Malaysian dishes. Now we found the buffet.
This is the traditional pickled fish. And I was telling you that they're doing the curry and the sugar and the onions, which is very nice. And this is also very traditional snook, smoked snook.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, there goes the cable car. And we're going up to there. This is the first time we could see up there since we got here. Going up on the cable car, and this was the first time we've ever been on a rotating cable car. As we're going up, the floor is rotating clockwise. Up into the clouds here, but this is about the steepest cable car I've ever been on. Well, we made it to the top. Sort of aminal up here. This is called a Hyrax. Hello, guy. I can do this right. Maybe I'll be able to find their hotel here. It's pink. Should be right there, I think. Well, we're getting close to the end. We just checked into the Intercontinental, now the Holiday Inn. So this is our last stop. We have said goodbye to our fellow travelers we've been with for the last 4 weeks. We moved from our previous hotel, which is pink buildings back there, at roughly $300 a night to the Holiday Inn here for about 300 Rand divided by 8 Rand per dollar is $45. We have an executive room overlooking Table Mountain in the city. Quite a difference in price. Shopping district and all. Sunday morning, our last full day. So we made it down to the waterfront. So the weather is about 70 degrees, supposedly about a high of 75. Sunny, just gorgeous. There's that Table Mountain. All good things have to come to an end. So it's Monday morning. We're getting ready to board our flight, and hopefully in about 36 hours we'll be home. A good view